Hi, Alex here, and welcome to part 2 of how to become a pilot. This video is on what are the differences between a Part 141 school and a Part 61 school. Now, if you've selected a school and started calling around, they might have told you something like this in their sales pitch. They might have said something like, we're a Part 141 school, or we're a Part 61 school. So what does this mean? Well, I'll tell you in just a little bit, but first, I have to explain how it all works. Okay, first you have to understand who issues a pilot license, and that is the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration. The FAA is the federal government agency who is tasked with the job of overseeing all aviation legal stuff in the United States. The FAA is for aviation what the IRS is for taxes. The FAA is kind of like the aviation police. They set the rules, the requirements, they administer your flight test, and do a lot of other things regarding aviation. So FAA is the government agency that makes it legal for you to fly an airplane, whether it's a small 4-seat propeller airplane or a 747 jumbo jet. Now, the FAA needs teachers to teach new people wanting to become pilots, and these teachers are pilots known as Certified Flight Instructors, CFIs, who have attained the additional training to get their flight instructor license. For a pilot to be able to give instruction to someone wanting to become a pilot, they must be a commercial pilot and have this CFI license as well. Understand that being a commercial pilot does not mean that they have a job flying for an airline or that they can fly the big planes. Getting your commercial license means that you now have the skills and have gotten the license, saying that you can now be paid for your piloting skills. Real quick, here's the sequence that someone would need to go through in order to get their flight instructor license. First would be the private pilot license, followed by an instrument rating, and third, a commercial license, which would make them a commercial pilot. And after they've gone through these steps, then they can apply and do the training for their flight instructor license. So a flight instructor has a bunch of training before they can actually teach someone how to fly an airplane. Okay, back to the point here of what the difference is between a Part 61 school and a Part 141. Now, to explain this, I'll do it as an example as if you were the student and I was the instructor. Let's say you called me a Part 61 school and you're looking to get your private pilot license, and we start the flight training with me as your instructor working for a Part 61 school. Then we start flying around in the school Cessna and we do certain flight maneuvers that the FAA says you have to do so that you can pass your flight test. Now, these flight maneuvers, these exercises, are listed in this book called the FAA, the Federal Aviation Regulations book. This book is the book of laws that govern aviation. And if you open it to Part 61 or Chapter 61, you'll see all the requirements that you have to do in order to become a private pilot, a commercial pilot, and etc. So this is what I do. I open this book to Chapter 61 and look up the requirements and the things that I have to teach you. Simply put, if someone wants a pilot license, their instructor will have to teach them the things that are listed in Part 61. A Part 61 school is a business that has the airplanes and instructors working for it, and it does the things that are listed in Part 61 of the FARs so that you meet the requirements to get your pilot license. Now, Part 141 means that the business, the school, is licensed by the FAA and not just the instructors. The instructors conducting the instruction for that school now have to look up things in Part 141 of that law book. So a Part 141 school is a business just like a Part 61 school who has presented the FAA a business plan and training syllabus of how their instructors will teach. And now they can call themselves a Part 141 school, obviously after the FAA has approved them. Will you have a different kind of pilot license whether you attend a 141 school or a 61 school? No, the license is the same at the end of your training. Will you get better quality training at a 141 or a 61 school? No. The quality of your training is directly linked to the quality of your instructor because flight training is a one-on-one thing between you and the instructor. Now, a 141 school, because they are licensed, they have a better chance of getting you a loan for your training. The bottom line is that it doesn't matter if you pay a Part 61 school or a Part 141 school to do the training for your license. You'll get the same license in the end. The airline or the job that you're going for generally doesn't care. They just care about how much experience you have, in other words, how much flying time you have, or if you meet their company's needs. The thing that matters the most on your journey to become a pilot is your instructor and your individual ability to learn and perform the tasks that your instructor teaches you, because most flight training is one-on-one instruction.